Hello everyone. Now I'm going to present decentralized Internet of Things device and data management system using blockchain in smart building. My name is Azim Khudayberdiv and my student ID table of content includes, as you can see, abstract introduction, proposed system architecture, proposed system sequence diagram, proposed system implementation, and also that spends transactions, access control rules, smart contract, and front-end client application, back-end blockchain storage application, and advanced experimentation results and reference are. So today, the emerging Internet of Things technologies has been rapidly developed for remote monitoring and automation of systems, but it still has major concern about security and privacy of these systems due to because of the large scale of disseminating nature of highly centralization. Development of decentralized secure IoT device registration, data integration and device control framework for smart building using blockchain technology. An introduction. As we can say that IoT devices include smart pacemakers, heart rate monitors, smart refrigerators, smart coffee makers, smart television, smart home assistants, and smart door locks, and etc. By equipping these devices with computational and communication capabilities, these devices can collect and transmit large amount of the data, which is a main issue is the privacy and security. Blockchain technology can provide secure data access management system among Internet of Things users with giving specific permission to the device owners or responsible people. In this project, we propose smart building rooms environment control with the room owners based on Internet of Things technologies and blockchain technology. They're given our proposed system architecture. As you can see, we have a blockchain technologies and device owners, network admin, device owner 1, device owner 2, and device owner 3. And we have the IoT platform which can provide communication between IoT devices and network admin can register the IoT device owners, and according to each device owner, they can control their specific own devices. For instance, device owner 1 can control and monitor the environment through the IoT device 1 and temperature sensor. And when that IoT contribution, first IoT device registration to the blockchain network with a specific owner. Each owner has their own device, and IoT Internet of Things data access management among Internet of Things users, and giving specific permission to device owner or responsible person, and secure data storage system generated for Internet of Things collected data. And in next slide, we proposed our sequence diagram. As you can see, we have a smart building when firstly sensors and actuators were installed for specific device owners, and blockchain network admin can control blockchain network through client application, and all of the control rules are given for smart contract values. First, IoT device registration for IoT platform, and IoT platform sent post request to the blockchain networks through a smart contract, and all of the registration times type and information about devices will store to the blockchain network, and based on the device based on that room numbers or other things that network admin can provide give specific permission for device owners to control their own device. For instance, owner 1 can check temperature sensor 1 and fan actuator 1, and owner 2 can check the sensing values from temperature sensor 2, and they can control fan actuators based on sensing values, and all of they will uh, and current temperature current current data from sensors will submit here, and based on that all the data will recorded to the ledger, and the temperature sensor from temperature sensor 1 the data will show to the owner 1, and temperature sensor 2 sensing values 2 will shown to the owner 2, and based on the sensing values device owners can switch off or on actuators which based on the specific rules by created network admin. And there's a ex- brief explanation about how the smart building. As you can see that in apartment, it can be apartment or any type of organization. If there is one room is one person owner, owner A has a one room and owner B has another room, and based on that ownership they can control only their own devices. For instance, the owner B cannot control over one or other the other device which is installed to the other rooms. They're given a brief explanation about how we our idea what will include, and they're given a proposed system implementation environment. As you can see, for backend we use this uh, devices and programming languages, CPU, memory, node, and this one is for IoT blockchain network development and user application. We use HTML, CSS, and Node.js based application, and they're given an assets. And as you can see, that assets are tangible or intangible goods, services, or property, and stored in registers. And we have as a device ID. We have a device ID with a string device ID name, and it will include room number and device owner with uh, the device owner, and sensor and actuators and control parameters is for instance identified by control ID, and device owner can control only string device ID, and control URI and string description of control will given here. And participant, as I can see there, as I already mentioned, there are two participants, and there will be more participants based on that network admin and device owner. And device owner, uh, network admin can responsible for controlling the network, creating, updating, on deleting participant, and device owner can only control actuators and check current sensing parameters from the environment. And device owner includes that owner name, room number, device ID, and device status and email. And they're given a transactions for controlling the environment, for transaction device registration, transaction for sensor reading, and transaction for actuator writing. And for each transactions they have specific their own values, and this all are described in this part. I mentioned that access control rules here, that owner can there's rule network admin, and they're given full access to user resources, and also rule owner can they're given and can connect that the rule owner can rule for owners, they can connect to their devices, and they can uh, they're given also operation and the device owner and its owner to their operations, and also the owner can see their history, how they controlled, and how the transactions are occurring in the network, and also can submit sensory reading transaction, and they will give read, create, and update for sensor reading transactions, and owner can submit actuator control transaction. For instance, if I want to if I if I want owner of the room, and I can switch off or on that device. They are given the access control rules and smart contract for device registration, smart contract for actuator controlling. And as you can see, we have a device registration owner ID, owner name, room number, and device ID. And based on these parameters, that each registered device will show in our blockchain network. This one is our implementation process. As you can see, we have IoT device management part, and we have model file, script file, access control rules, and all of processes are described in this part. And uh, in here we describe front-end client application for our proposed method. It's developed in Node.js, HTML, and CSS based Node.js application for web application for controlling the for client application. As you can see, we have I created that IoT device management system with blockchain network, and they're given a login with password. When network admin creates their login and password, it will show it will show that uh, admin panel, and in admin panel that admin can add new owner and device and can check the existing owners and devices. For instance, in from here, as I said, the owner name will enter here and room number, and based on that uh, owner name and room number, we can add the temperature sensor and from that add device button, and we can remove that room and with devices, and also that temperature, and we can remove the devices, and when we click that register owner and IoT devices, it will be stored to the database. And database, as you can see, I enter that in here. I enter that Azambek and room number one, for instance, first room number and temperature, and registering IoT device and other part. And after that, the front-end application will store that data, available owners and IoT device part. You can see that my name is Azambek and room number and device numbers, how many device and states we can check, and we can update or delete that owner as a admin. And from add owner part, we can add other owners here. For instance, I include there Jamil and room number second, device numbers one, and we can check the status of device, it's on or off, and we can update that owner if someone new person bought that house, and we will room, and we will only gives permission for that person, and we will delete that user Jamil. And delete owner can uh, there is a button, we can delete owner and change that owner, we can update, or we can update that owner. And after that, I will explain how to deploying the business network, and the business network will shown in they are given a step-by-step explanation how to deploy with a business network for that for the proposal system. As you can see, we have a BNF file, write a composer server we are given, and we should enter that business network card name, admin IoT network, and also that other parameters we should check from this part. And when we run system, we will given this local host from our web browser, and based on this link we can open our REST server. And this one is backend application, and from here you can check all of the all assets and other actuators, assets, transactions, queries, and other parameters which we developed in previously. And that backend application are shown here from that, as I said, it's shown in that link, localhost link, and based on that uh, we can check that all of the parameters are stored to the or database. And from here, participant register for device registration, example given here, when we have rooms, different room 1, room 2, and room 3, and temperature sensor, device owner and registration. This one is device owner registration. For instance, room 1 name is Azambek, and they're given my email and also that room number, and based on this, room 2 and room 3 generated, and this the storing this data, the transaction records for adding participant. When the transaction added to the blockchain, that admin is add, participant admin is adding the transactions for recording that uh, owners, and based on this we can check all of the records from blockchain, and they're given an adding assets for by network admin. Now I'm going to show you how to run that, and from this directory we should start our fabric, start fabric yes. And that, as you can see, that hyperledger fabric control will started and everything when it's done, and we should create admin card. we should create, and now it's creating that other parameters, and when all of them are done it will show that message. And after that we will create that admin card, and now is composer version. We are given as composer version and successfully created business network card and so on, and we have admin card, and we imported that admin card. As you can see, there is a table and a card name and per admin and business network. And from here we should insert our admin card name, device, PNA file, and when we run this one, that installing business network, and it takes some time and command succeeded. Now it's this network, and for starting composer network you should enter this command, and from this command as you can see that processing this network admin username admin and starting business definition, and it takes some time. And after that we should deploy, import the composite card number and network admin card, and successful we should import this card. Import file network admin dot card, and successfully imported business network card and card file name network admin card, and card name is admin IoT network. And after from this point we can give that ping for our network card, composer network ping, and we should enter card admin IoT network, and when we insert this command it will show us that as you can see business network card version and composer runtime version and participant and identity of that system, and command succeeded. And from this point we start our composer rest server, composer rest server composers. After starting composer rest server we are given window. We will insert our card name or admin IoT network, and we should select some points. No, yes, yes, no. And now that restart the scoring types from business network definition, and now the server start, and as you can see we're giving a less web server listing at this URL and browse your REST API at this URL, and we will open that from our browser. Copy link, and we will open our browser and we will insert here that link, paste, and we will run. When we run our system, and this one is the back end of the system, as you can see we have actuator hiding device owner queries and sensors and tasks and given and here. And when we open that actuator, and we can check that which actuator include, for instance, actuator and string state enable device ID name and device owner, and other parameters also described here which we mentioned. Now it's the description of the backend of our application based on REST. Now I will show you how to generate. So we'll open new terminal, and new terminal we will start to front-end application generation. Yo, Hyperledger, Composer, and Angular. Yes, Smart Home IoT Device Management System. We Hyperledger project, and author name Azembek, and my email is Azembek, and Apache business card is admin IoT network, and we connect to existing REST IP, and now it's and receive report. We use NAS first, or in order to use it and after that it start to, yes, yes, all right. We will make all right because we already generated that file, and now it's going to install, and it takes some time. Installation process, it takes some time. And now as you can see that application is generated, and after generating this application we should enter that folder and find, write that code in a start application. Now I will, as you can see now we as you can see now we have the smart home device management system, and from this application we just open the terminal and we will write here npm start, and now it's going to start the uh, front-end application based on Angular. Now it's some time for generation building models for our front-end application. And at the end, as you can see, we have hash and time, and we pick compile successfully, and we can find that link from here. Required link is given is here. This link will be given here, and we should open development service running in this link. We copy this link and put to our local host. We will pass here, and when we run that one, and we will give an interface for our device name is smart home IoT device management system, and we are given an assets, sensors, actuators, and task participant, device owners, and transactions. Transactions include sensor reading, actuator writing, and if we are going to add, this one is the front end of our application, and this one is the back end of our application. When we create here, and we are going to create a device owner, and device owner, as you can see, owner ID, for instance, Azambek 2 that my name is Azambek, and ID is Azambek2, and email is azambek@gmail.com. And when I confirm, it will be create here, new asset will be create here. As you can see, we can action delete on or update this asset. And when I pass to here and find that actuator, or actually I need to find device owner, and there device owner, and as you can see when I send request for device owner, that Azambek owner ID, name, and my email will be shown here. Because of this one is a backend, it's stored data to the from front end, the data will store to the backend. And here I will add, for instance, if I add new owner, for instance, John 1234, and name is John, and email gmail.com. And when I confirm here, new owner will be added here, and when new owner will add, device owner will add, and we can send request from here again. We will try to request again that new owner will be also will store it to here. And this one is our full implementation for blockchain based and IoT based smart home control management, secure data management system. And as you can see, the both cases we can save all data like sensor data and their units, and also that actuators, all of the process. So this is the end of our presentation, and thanks for your time and consideration.